Well, the Polynesian Voyaging Society's legendary voyaging canoe Hokulea recently sailed into Pearl Harbor, or Pu'uloa, for the first time in its history. We're happy to have Commander Tom Ogden from the U.S. Pacific Fleet and Noelani Kamalu with the Polynesian Voyaging Society to talk about this historic visit. Good morning to both of you.
Morning.
Thank you very much. Noe, I'll start with you. What did it mean, the significance of having Hokulea enter Pearl Harbor? What was that like?
So this is the first time in Hokulea's history that she entered in Pu'uloa. In her 43-year history, she'll actually be 43 in exactly 2 weeks. So I had the opportunity to be on the board that morning. What struck me, though, is when we entered, how peaceful that morning was, and the overwhelming outpouring of aloha from the community, both people who've been there for generations, stewards of the land, and from the military. During that week, we actually hosted about 1,000 school children. And that same community helped to host us, host the children as well, including the Navy. We had 808 Cleanup, NOAA, and a couple I'm sure I'm forgetting, so sorry about that. But yeah, it was an amazing experience. And
we're seeing Hokulea go by the Arizona Memorial now. How powerful was that?
Oh, that was an awesome morning.
Yeah.
Like I said, very peaceful. Everyone was very respectful. Nice calm moment, and just to see all
that's awesome photos.
The ships right there, yeah.
Great video. Commander, your thoughts on this historic day and the relationship and connection to PVS through the years?
Yeah, it's been pretty powerful for the Navy to be involved with an organization like PVS and what they do. If you look at what connects us, I would say it would be the sea. As sailors, we all take our vessels to the sea, and we experience the environment that's around us, the movement of currents, the winds, the oceans, the people, and our vessels. And as you look at how PVS and Hokulea has trained a new generation, we try to also do that in the Navy, and to always remember to try to leave the environment or the people around us a little bit better than how we receive them.
It's about passing the baton to the next generation, which Nainoa talks about all the time. And Noe, on the flip side, besides being on board Hokulea, you got a chance to recently visit an aircraft carrier.
Yes.
A huge contrast, but really not. I mean, similarities, right?
Yes, yes. Oh, I got, a couple weeks ago, I had the opportunity to go on board the USS Carl Vinson. And what I mean by that is that your day starts out by flying out to the aircraft carrier, which means you have to land on it, which is awesome. But yeah, I took my mom with me. We had a blast. We got a tour of the ship, got to see the various operations from the bridge, the flight deck, including night ops. Night flying was awesome. But what was really awesome was being able to talk to the crew and kind of think back on how similar we really are. At the end of the day, we're all sailors, and to make that ship move, which doesn't sleep, everyone has to work together. And I left the carrier with a much deeper appreciation and respect for the Navy.
I bet you did. Commander, a last question for you, just personally. Your connection with PVS and what you've experienced so far, share your thoughts.
Yeah, I was the previous commander of a destroyer in Pearl Harbor, and one of my most memorable visits was when we hosted Bruce Blankenfeld.
Nice.
I called him the captain of Hokulea. And he came and spent some time with us and walked around the ship, and we showed him the technology of what the U.S. Navy has, and then kind of compared it to the technology or not that PVS and Hokulea used. There are a lot of similarities with that, you know, the use of the stars and celestial navigation to guide the ship. We do a little bit differently, but we need to remember those skills, because the concepts of how that works are the same things that we try to pass on to people too. So that we're able to take a generation that taught us and pass it on to the generation that we leave behind when we leave our jobs too.
Well said, well said. Thank you so much, both of you being here. I wish I could have been there at that moment. And when I heard about Hokulea that was going to have an opportunity to enter Pearl Harbor, Pu'uloa, I said, oh my gosh, that is going to be a chicken skin moment. It certainly was. Have a great day, both of you. All right.